You are watching KAVU 25, News Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I am Amaya Norman. Starting college can be a bit overwhelming. Victoria College Super Saturday helped many students feel right at home and ready to start. IRA Sanders, Victoria College Community Outreach Specialist, says whether it's getting enrolled in classes, financial aid, or anything else, Super Saturday is designed to help make the transition a bit smooth.
Yes, they can do their Apply Texas application, their FAFSA, they can get their TSI testing completed, get everything done to get ready for this spring semester.
Next week will be the last week to register for the fall 2025 semester. Classes begin at Victoria College on Tuesday, January 21st. Super Saturday is held at the beginning of each semester. State and federal law enforcement's vehicles packed near a border wall gate in El Paso, Texas on Friday. Authorities there are investigating a tunnel found near Juarez, Mexico into El Paso. The discovery sparked a multi-agency response, including the FBI and the Mexican government. For now, authorities are not releasing any information on the investigation. Slightly warm temperatures are ahead. It is time to check in on our weather with First Warn Storm Team Meteorologist Scott Pickman. Scott.
Yeah, my warmer temperatures are on the way. We've got that high that shifted off to the east, so we're getting some onshore flow, bringing warmer temperatures and humidity. So the good news is we do have those warmer temperatures and no freezing temperatures expected over the next few days. We also have a slight chance of rain on Sunday and then again on Wednesday. We'll talk about that in the full forecast. Right now it feels like temperature 50 degrees. The relative humidity not too bad at 57%. We'll have your full forecast coming up. Amaya?
Thank you so much, Scott. Crews have reported some progress in the battles against a deadly wildfire in Los Angeles, but upwards of 100,000 residents are still under evacuation orders. Officials have confirmed at least 11 deaths, but says it's not yet safe to assess the true total.
Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass vowing an aggressive push to rebuild from the devastating LA County wildfires.
My office is leading the city effort to clear the way. Red tape, bureaucracy, all of it must go.
But rebuilding plans will come second to containing the blazes, which are still spreading. A red flag warning for high winds expired Friday evening, raising hopes firefighters can make headway on some of the largest fires. But the flames have already scorched a massive area, roughly the size of Miami. Authorities say upwards of 10,000 structures were likely damaged or destroyed by just 2 of the fires, and those preliminary figures could rise. Complicating rebuilding plans is California's insurance crisis. State officials say between 2020 and 2022, insurance companies declined to renew 2.8 million homeowner policies in the state, including more than 500,000 in Los Angeles County. With an eye to this, California's insurance commissioner exercised his moratorium power.
We are ready to meet this moment.
The commissioner issuing a bulletin to protect homeowners impacted by the Palisades and Eden fires from non-renewals and cancellations by insurance companies for 1 year.
My immediate goal is to make sure that we get the claims paid as quick as possible and that we get people on the road to recovery as quickly as we can.
The 2 largest wildfires raging in Los Angeles, the Eden and Palisades fires, have been further contained over the past 24 hours. Los Angeles County officials confirmed during today's press conference that the Palisades fire, which has burned across 21,596 acres, is 11% contained. And the Eden fire, which has been burning uncontrollably for several days, is now at 15% containment after burning across 14,117 acres.
The fire is now estimated to be 14,117 acres with 15% containment, with over 7,000 structures damaged or destroyed. We have 2,832 personnel assigned to the incident, and it is static at this time.
And that leads us to your viewer poll for today. We want to know, what do you believe is the most effective solution for reducing wildfires? Investing in an advanced firefighter technology, stricter land use regulations, improved forest management, public education campaigns, addressing climate change. And so far, that is in the lead at 75% is in improved forest management. To participate in our viewer poll, visit our website at crossroadstoday.com, and we will have the latest here at 10. As winter weathers blankets North Texas, the Fort Worth Zoo is taking special steps to ensure the safety of its animals. Dawn White has more.
Many animals at the Fort Worth Zoo aren't used to this white winter wonderland.
So we may be a little cold, but they're definitely nice and cozy today.
John Griffune with the zoo says preparations for winter weather begin months in advance.
And that means checking things like heat bulbs and heaters, water heaters, and all of that to make sure that when cold weather arrives, like it does every year, that we're all set to go. You're very handsome. You look warm.
The zoo takes special precautions to make sure animals whose natural habitats are warmer stay safe, like elephants and these goats who quickly gave a big nope to going out in the snow.
They're all inside today. Their barns are nice and warm, and their keepers are definitely paying close attention to them. And they don't mind this weather at all.
John says certain animals, such as ducks and penguins, are comfortable in the cold, but they're still taking additional steps to keep them warm.
Animals that will have access to outdoor may have additional bedding, like our wolves, so that their den boxes are nice and warm. And then we check all of the habitats and make sure everyone's doing well.
Some staff are spending the night at the zoo to take care of the more than 7,000 animals.
And that includes our nutrition department, our veterinary department, our animal department, as well as security, so that they're here on grounds if roads are really bad tomorrow and it's hard to get in. We know that the animals will be taken care of.
Thousands of Texans in need are abandoning the state suicide hotline mid-call every month as call centers struggled under a $7 million funding and a growing suicide rate statewide. To read this full Texas Tribune article, visit our website at crossroadstoday.com. For more on today's news story, come to crossroadstoday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Estrón and Parker Cox will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise. You can also submit a local military hero so we can recognize them. ATF leads investigation into Palisades fire origins as blaze scorches over 22,000 acres.
I'll cover the current fire hazards in effect for Southern California, as well as next week's forecast here coming up in weather.
The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive is taking the lead in determining the origins of the Palisades fire burning in Los Angeles County. According to a social media post, the agency said certified fire investigators are on the scene and are working in conjunction with state investigators. Their assistance was required by Los Angeles fire officials. The team can determine whether power line failure, arsons, or other causes were involved in starting the blaze. The Palisades fire has so far scorched over 22,000 acres, is at least 11% contained. At least 11 deaths have been reported from all of the fires burning in Los Angeles County. UCLA has issued a statement Friday asking students to be ready for a potential evacuation as the Palisades fire spread closer to campus. While not an official alert, an evacuation warning has been issued for areas near UCLA, including parts of I-405 and the Getty Center. The university has canceled in-person classes for Monday, with more than 46,000 students affected. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are providing comfort to those affected by the wildfire burning in Los Angeles County. Friday, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were spotted at the Pasadena Convention Center, which has become a meal distribution and evacuation center. The two were seen speaking with World Center Kitchen Jose Andres, as well as victims of first responders. The mayor of Pasadena says the pair had also served food at the center earlier in the day. The Duke and Duchess are understood to have donated clothing and essential supplies. They are also believed to have offered their homes to friends who were forced to evacuate. The music industry is in mourning the loss of an R&B singer, Sam Moore. According to the New York Times, Moore's wife and longtime manager says he died after surgery in Coral Gables, Florida, Friday. He was 89 years old. Moore was the best known for being one half of the soul duo Sam and Dave. They rose to fame during the 1960s and were known for the hit Soul Man, I Thank You, and Hold On, I'm Coming. While the duo split in 1970, they go on to reunite and break up several times after their solo careers failed to take off. Moore recorded his solo album in 1970. However, it wasn't released until 2002. Massachusetts governor is ordering more thorough background checks on everyone living in the shelter. She says he's making the move after learning many people in the shelter systems have not been properly checked.
I have no tolerance for criminal activity that puts either residents in those sites or the public at large at risk. Absolutely no tolerance for that.
Governor Maura Healey visibly frustrated to learn that the state was not conducting criminal background checks on people entering the emergency shelter system, including migrants.
I was recently informed that by my team that did not happen at all sites, and that's absolutely unacceptable.
The taxpayers deserve a lot better than the governor's given them.
This comes after intense scrutiny from Republicans in the State House.
I would love to say that I'm shocked, but I'm not. Because when we look at the news reports day after day of sexual assaults, violence, drug trafficking, rape, the crimes from the illegal migrant crisis that has come to the door because the Healey administration is atrocious.
Governor Healey says she ordered criminal checks on everyone entering the shelter system last spring as a safety measure around the time a migrant was charged with sexually assaulting a minor at a Rockland shelter.
We're going to get to the bottom of why that wasn't happening.
The governor has also tapped former Boston Police Commissioner and WBZ security analyst Ed Davis to independently investigate why the checks were not implemented. Republican lawmakers say taxpayers deserve not only an apology, but a solution.
And from the residents of the Commonwealth who are exposed to these dangerous individuals, who see their tax dollars being wasted year after year, billions of dollars in the budget.
The governor says she wants that independent investigation wrapped up in 30 days as the state now inspects each and every emergency shelter facility in Massachusetts. Outside of the State House in Boston, I'm Tiffany Chan, WBZ News.
Turkish-born constructive executive Erdogan Arkins pleaded guilty Friday to making improper donations to New York Mayor Eric Adams' 2021 campaign. Arkins admitted to writing a $1,200 checks to 10 employees who then donated to Adams' campaign at the direction of a Turkish consulted officials. Arkins faces up to 6 months in jail and $9,000 in fines. His sentencing is set for August after Adams' trial. 4 people were injured at Atlanta's airport Friday when a Delta flight experienced an engine issue. Passengers had to use the emergency slides to exit the plane in a snowy conditions. Here are the details.
I mean, at first you're just wondering, like, is this real life, right? Is this actually what's going on? There are people next to me who are trying to call loved ones.
Curtis James describes the tense moment he and over 200 others heard their takeoff was not going as planned.
2668, we're reporting.
This air traffic control audio captures a terrifying announcement.
Okay, can I get the nature of the emergency? I think we had an engine failure. Okay.
They all start telling everybody to keep their heads down and stay down.
Delta says an engine issue forced an emergency stop during takeoff and an evacuation of the entire Boeing 757 onto the freezing, icy ATL tarmac. A flyer in another plane captured this video of passengers sliding off the plane to safety. Delta officials confirmed that 4 people were hurt. One of them was taken to the hospital. The airline says their flight crew followed established procedures to suspend the takeoff after indication of an engine issue. And, quote, nothing is more important than the safety of our people and customers.
A very big shout out to the Delta staff, who I think did an incredible job given the circumstances. It was just a very surreal time and a very big awakening of how fleeting life can be sometimes.
Experience our digital streaming service Crossroads Today Plus. Stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Search Crossroads Today Plus.
Milder temperatures ahead for the next several days for the Crossroads. I've got your full forecast coming up next. Stay with us. And welcome back. A nice day around the Crossroads. Today we are still below our normal temperatures, but at least we are on a slight warming trend. High today 50, low 39. Our average high 65 degrees, average low 43 degrees, and we've had 1.8 inches of rain officially so far to start off 2025. Future temperatures, these are the lowest temperatures I can find for tonight or Sunday morning. Upper 30s along the I-10 corridor, along the 59 corridor, we're in the mid 40s. Then along the coast, upper 40s to low 50s for your low temperatures. And for the highs tomorrow, 60s the northern area of the Crossroads and along the I-59 corridor, low 60s, and then along the coast, upper 50s to near 60 for your high temperature for Sunday. And here's your temperature trend over the next 3 days. Lows in the mid 30s, pretty consistent through Tuesday. Then the low getting up to 60 on Sunday, but dropping a little bit as we have a weak front moving through tomorrow evening. And here is a look at that on Future Tracker. We also have yet another coastal low developing. Now this coastal low is going to stay a little further off the coast, keeping our rain chances down about 60 miles off the coast as it tracks across the Gulf of Mexico. But then when we get to Wednesday, we'll see that front that moved through move back as a mid-level warm front. That could increase rain chances, again, just slight to about 20% on Wednesday. And then that front will basically dissolve out, and we have yet another coastal low moving toward our area on Friday. Also the approach of a front. So with a combination of the coastal low and the front, this is Saturday morning. You see widespread rain, mainly to the northeast, but in the Crossroads, Again, another chance for showers into Friday and Saturday. Here are the current fire hazards for Southern California, where you see the yellow shaded areas, that is elevated risk, and then where you see the red shaded areas, that is critical. The pink shaded area is extreme. Unfortunately, they are not getting much help from Mother Nature. The winds are expected to be strong through Wednesday, and there is no rain in the forecast. So our thoughts are with those folks out there in Southern California as they deal with that. If you are headed out offshore tomorrow, expect those temperatures to be fairly mild, around the mid to upper 60s even. Those winds have shifted out of the south and will continue out of the south. This is Sunday morning at 7 a.m. There'll be some clouds out there, maybe a few scattered areas of light rain. And then when you get to Sunday evening coming back in, that front could make it through by then. So we're going to show that northeast wind and northerly wind. This is 5 p.m. Sunday as you head back in. Again, there could be some scattered showers offshore. If you're staying inshore, your high tide around Port Lavaca is 10:57 p.m. There is a low water advisory in effect currently from Matagorda Bay. Low tide occurs at 10:31 a.m. Winds out of the south 5 to 10 knots, waves 2 to 3 feet with slightly choppy waters. 51 for your low with a few showers in Port Lavaca tomorrow. 59 for your high in Victoria, and then 49 starting off in Cuero with 68 for your high. Again, a 20% chance of rain tomorrow. Then again on Wednesday, the weak front coming through tomorrow night, and then next rain chances at the end of the week at 20 and 40%. Of course, you can download the Crossroads Today app, get the latest in news, weather, and sports at your fingertips. Sign up for email alerts, and it is free. Here's Ray Robinson with sports.
Thank you, Scott. We have the fallout of the district basketball games for both Victoria schools. Coming up in sports, see how the boys did and more. All right, now last night we had the ladies from both Victoria schools hosting district games, which both went on to win their games. But what about the boys? They were on the road, and we couldn't say the same for the East boys. The Victoria East boys went on to lose against Fort Kempner in Sugar Land. The Titans went on into this game as favorites with the better record, but on any given night, anything can happen. The final score was 60-45. But the West boys, on the other hand, won their district game against Lamar Consolidated. The Warriors now move up to a record of 11-12. West is now fourth in their district. After this win, their final score was 46-37. The boys will prepare to take on Fort Bend on Tuesday. But let's continue the love to Yoakum High School. Newly committed SMU player Xavier Barnett helped his team to victory last night after beating Columbus. It was a close game, 58-55. Big congrats to Yoakum High School. And on to the pros. At least the schools were able to take the hardwood because way down in Atlanta, the icy weather has led to the postponing of the Rockets and Hawks game that was scheduled earlier today. The Rockets are still in a close battle for the number 2 seed in the Western Conference with the Memphis Grizzlies. Rockets with a record of 25-12, and the Grizzlies Grizzlies with a record of 24-14. Now, if the Grizzlies win their respective game tonight against the Timberwolves, this could be a tough battle for the number 2 seed. The other NBA team that's near us is the San Antonio Spurs, and they had their game postponed as well. Not a great day for NBA fans in the Crossroads, but for another reason, they were scheduled to take on the Los Angeles Lakers, and the wildfires in Southern California continue to take over, and it has now led to the Crypto Arena postponing their game. And these wildfires continue to affect the sports world. Next, it's in the NFL. The Los Angeles Rams look to begin their playoff run in the wild card round, taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Well, their game has been relocated to the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. The NFL announced yesterday that the interest of the public safety Monday's Vikings-Ram wild card game has been moved from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, to the State Farm Stadium, home of the Arizona Cardinals. And now we have some video, but let's talk about the Cotton Bowl, the marquee matchup between both teams and Ohio State Buckeyes taking on the Texas Longhorns. It seemed like it was anybody's game to start things off. The Ohio State's own Quinston Junkin scores a 9-yard touchdown. First one of the game, might I add, but Texas didn't worry too much answering back before halftime as Ewers, and here surely he finds Jaden Blue for a touchdown. But in games like this, errors can't afford to be made, and it was Ohio State to walk away with the victory. Final score, 28-14. Here's a word from Quinn Ewers and head coach Steve Sarkisian.
They made 2 big plays. You know, they hit the screen at the end of the first half and got the sack fumble on 4th down there for a touchdown. But 2 really good teams. A ton of credit to Ohio State. They're a very good football team, well coached, hard fought game. I'm really proud of them.
Being in the Final Four back-to-back years and coming up short 2 years, it's tough. But I think that's how life is. You're going to get punched in the face and in some hard moments.
Congrats to the Longhorns on a great season. The state of Texas is now done with football for the season. But that does it for your sports. Amaya?
Thank you so much, Ray. Rare 1904 Olympics gold medal up for auction. All that is coming up next. Grab your cell phone to scan this QR code. This is our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can watch us anytime, anywhere, get breaking news alerts, and vote in our viewer polls. Submit news, tips, and photos. You will know all about our ongoing contests. A rare gold medal from the 1904 Summer Olympic is up for auction, awarded to American Fred Skull for winning the 110-meter hundreds. It is the first Olympics where gold, silver, and bronze medals were bidding ends January 16th. Wow, the Olympic gold medals.
I mean, like, as a person who likes to collect things, I don't think like an Olympic gold medal would just be something that I would want to collect, because it's like there's no personal connection to it.
Yeah, unless it's yours, yeah.
Yeah, would you want to, would you
want to connect it?
Well, no. I had the privilege of seeing a bronze medal one time, though. It was pretty cool. I mean, I gave it right back to the person that rightfully earned it. But yeah, it was pretty surreal holding that thing.
Well, I don't know much about bronze medal, but how's the weather going to be looking, Sky?
That I can handle. It's actually looking pretty good. We're going to have a nice evening tonight, and then to start off with mostly sunny skies turning to mostly cloudy as that low starts to approach, and only a 20% chance of rain tomorrow, not too bad. And then we'll have that chance of rain again on Wednesday. But temperatures mild, at least no freezing temperatures, then next weekend we could have another system move through, giving us another chance of rain.
Wow. At least we're finally getting some sun out, because I know last week it was terrible. The rain, it was just raining and it wasn't stopping and it was freezing. Yeah. So at least we're finally getting some sun, some sunshine.
We don't do winter well here in South Texas.
No. We don't. But thank you for joining us. We hope you will be with us for tonight for 25 News Now at 10. See you.